Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Adrielle, and I am currently narrating a story of my life dating back from January 2016. In a previous episode, I talked about the month of January 2021, and I am still in January 2021. So, this episode, I will talk about all the other things that happened to me in the month of January. So, here it goes. It's January 14. It's January 14. I get a notification from my bank. Um, Money was deposited to me from my dad. I text him. I thank him for sending money to me. Um, the next day, the 15th, I was on the phone with my mom, and we're talking, and we're just talking about some of the stuff that was going on as far as like stimulus and all that stuff, or whatever. And so my mom was talking about how she saw an article or she got an email about a stimulus or something funny, something weird. And then my dad was in the background. We're just like wondering, what is she talking about? So basically, she got a spam email. So we were just laughing about it. So I remember just talking to my dad through my mom while he was in the background. And just also thanking him from the day before, for sending me the money. January 16, which was the next day, that was Esther's birthday. Text her to wish her happy birthday. Also called her. She let me know that her and Ruth went to the museum for her birthday. So I was like, okay, hope you guys had fun. Hope everything was good. Hope you enjoyed your day. It's the next day. It's January 17. Around 9 a.m., like after 9, I get a text from Ruth. She texts me asking me if she can come over later on in the day, like around 3 o'clock. I think around 2 to 3 o'clock. And I'm like, yeah, sure. That day was a Sunday. And in my head, I was wondering maybe Ruth wanted to come over because the semester was about to start. And so she probably just wanted to see me before her schedule was going to be busy or whatever. So I I'm ready up. I go to the living room to stream the church service. And for some odd reason, there was something wrong with the online stream. So I was supposed to be attending service online around 10:30ish. I didn't attend until like almost 12. There was something wrong with their online stream. So I did attend service online. After that, I decided to go out, step out. I got some things. I said, let me step out before Ruth comes around 2 o'clock. So I step out and I decide to get some chips and guacamole because it was Sunday, and I do tend to watch football games on Sunday. So I get back home and I decide that I want to take a shower. But I said, you know what? Before I take my shower, let me call my dad because, me and my dad, we have a tradition to talk every Sunday. I said, let me call him before Ruth gets in by 3 o'clock. So I call him. He doesn't pick up, which is very unusual for my dad to not pick up my call. Call the second time, he didn't pick up. I'm like, yo, this is like very unusual. So I text him. I said, hey, dad, my friend is coming over at 3. Would you want to talk now? So I take a shower. I finish out of the shower. I check my phone. My dad did not respond to my text message. And I'm like, yo, that is very strange. My dad typically picks up my calls right away. And even if he doesn't, he calls me like 2 minutes later. I'm like, that's just so weird. So I dress up, go into the living room. I'm watching Sunday football. Eventually, Ruth came like after 3. She comes in after 3. I'm eating my chips and guacamole, and I'm just, talking to her, seeing how she's doing. Probably like 5 minutes into her being in my apartment, Me and her sitting on the couch. She gets a phone call. She gets a phone call and she picks up the phone. She tells the person, "Hey, yeah, I'm here." Then she hands the phone over to me and says, "Adriel, it's your mom." Now, mind you, I'm like in the middle of eating my chips. I'm like, "My mom?" So I'm looking at her like, "Why is my mom calling you?" And she's like, "Adriel, it's your mom." So I take the phone, say, "Hey, mommy, how's it going?" She was like, "Hey, how's everything going with you?" I was like, "I'm good." She's like, "Are you home?" I'm like, "Yes." She was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm sitting on the couch, just eating chips and watching TV." She was like, "Okay." So now I'm kind of nervous and scared because in my mind, I start to think that, man, I believe they're holding an intervention for me. Um, Basically letting me know, like, hey, you need to get a job or you just need to go back to New Jersey, right? So in my mind, I'm like, man, they're holding an intervention for me. The next thing I hear my uncle on the phone. He's like, "Hey, Moni," like that's what my family calls me. They call me by my middle name. "How's it going?" So now I'm scared. I said, "Hey, uncle, everything's fine." I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And then he says, "Moni," he tells me that my dad passed away.